Hey, how's it going everyone? Today we have good news because there's going to be an update coming soon. There's been quite a few changes over at SteamDB. If you are not aware of what exactly this site is, then allow me to explain it briefly. This first and foremost is not related to or affiliated with Valve at all, yet instead this is a site that can list available packages and applications that may have been updated as of recent. So with that being said, there have been some changes with Elden Ring. If you take a look on the left side here, you can tell that it lists game and DLC as its app type. The last time this was updated was 2 weeks ago when I talked to you all about the patch we are currently on. Of course, at the time, patch 1.09 was not available yet to update. Now, if you check on the right, you can tell that Elden Ring was updated about 11 hours ago. This means we can expect a patch coming very soon. This might just be another update, or it could honestly be a hotfix. Now, what would be really cool would be some more buffs for some other weapons, maybe just a little bit more tweaks here and there for some other stuff. Like Black Flame could essentially have a longer time when you cast it down on your sword, like Blood Flame does, for example. I'll be honest here, I do not think it's going to be anything major like that, although I would love to see something like that. What it most likely will be is a hotfix for the current issue going on with spells, because if you did not know, you cannot apply your buff correctly on your spells. It would just end up not increasing the damage. This was quite concerning for a few players, not to mention a lot of you were concerned whether or not this was intentional. And to be honest, I don't think it was, because they just recently updated the packages or the application, so we should see something. And if you're not aware, well, let's talk about what is broken. Currently, if you're trying to use spells or at least increase the damage with your buffs, it's not going to apply right. For example, I'm going to use Golden Val here, but first and foremost, we are going to use Flame Sling. What you will notice without the buff is that it's going to be 218. So now that we have 218, we are going to apply the Flame Grant Me Strength buff, and let's use Flame Sling once more. You're going to see that it's the same exact number. What's going on here? It's just not being applied correctly. There's a few players out here that were questioning whether or not maybe, okay, Flame Grant Me Strength, maybe it's just not meant for the spell. But it absolutely is, because you can use that and you can use it on various things, honestly. But besides that point, Flame Sling is going to be pretty much used throughout this video. I'm going to show a few examples here of it not increasing. Now, you can tell that the lower damage was there, but still no buff was being applied. And the reason why the damage was less there because I let go of it too soon. Yet, regardless, even if this was the case, you would honestly see a change in damage. And if you notice before, I used the Golden Val, and this time I'm using Howl of Shabriri. And I'm not too sure what's going on exactly with the patch. Maybe it's gonna fix this. That's what we all can hope for, honestly, because this is quite a pain for our builds, and a lot of us out here are just kind of confused on this. And it's not just spells, because if you have Contagious Fury and you combine that with Catch Flame, you will be able to tickle enemies. It's a new Ashes of War. You literally go up to the enemy and yeah, it does no damage. And before we move on, just in case you are curious as to how the boss is frozen, I'll explain how this is possible. If you go up the stairs here and then go towards the corner once you have interacted with the mist door, you can pause the game, exit out, and then join back, and what will happen is that the boss will be frozen. I have a video on it and I will try to link it down below if you guys are interested. Now that we are pretty sure that there's going to be an update, what to expect. Now, I've kind of already talked about it, yet I'm pretty sure what this is going to consist of is fixing the current issue. There were quite a few concerns in the last video where a lot of you were questioning whether or not this was intentional. And as I've mentioned before, I don't think it is, because this is something that they intended to have in the game So why would they make that wild card change or that swerve and just instantly curb us, right? And just change something like that. I think it's something that they know a lot of players utilize, and it just does not seem to be something they would nerf that much. Especially the recent one that I showed before, which was Contagious Fury and Catch Flame. You could tell, of course, that's definitely not intentionally, and there's no way you're supposed to inflict 0 damage, or at least no damage at all. What I would like to see updated is Black Flame Blade. This is something that I think has been underutilized. It has so much potential. The only issue is that when you do cast down Black Flame Blade, it does not stick around too long. Honestly, it feels like it's at least around for 15 to maybe even 20 seconds, and then it's gone, compared to if you were to use the Blood Flame Blade. That sticks around for a good amount of time. I honestly cannot tell you, but it's definitely a lot longer than Black Flame Blade. We can hope that there's going to be a change someday for that. I would love to see a Black Flame build that is based off of that, because it would be so amazing, and maybe, just maybe a little bit overpowered. And if I can be honest here, I think the word overpowered is kind of used too much in a sense, because it's kind of like you're having fun with the build, so why does it need to be overpowered? I don't know, guys. My thoughts anyways. But speaking of my thoughts, let's talk about final thoughts. There's a lot of us, including you watching this video, that you're probably wondering, when is this update going to be released? If I had any idea, maybe next Tuesday or sometime in this week. It could honestly happen. I know that they've updated on Wednesdays, so heck, the time that I'm making this video, it might just be released. And if it is, that's gonna be a little shameful for me. But at least I prepped ahead and tried to help you guys out. So anyways, if you do download this update, there's a lot of people out here that have been recommending to not update until you know everything about the update. So there's that. There could be some potential issues if you end up downloading this patch, and let's just say you're going to experience a character erase or something. Just nothing that extreme, but just to give you an example of maybe a save being deleted or something. There could be some weird coincidence of that happening. This is something to prepare for, so maybe take a look at the patch notes. I will update you guys on exactly what was changed when it is released. That is, if I get a chance, because you typically, from software, updates around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and sometimes I'm awake and sometimes I'm not, so we'll see how that goes. I just want to give you guys a huge shout out to everyone that's been watching the videos and is currently subscribed. I appreciate the love and support, and if you would like to continue supporting the channel, or if you're new actually to support the channel, you can click the subscribe button and click the notifications for all. And if you'd like, follow my Twitter, because I like to shout things out there. And yeah, last but not least, again, appreciate everyone that's currently subscribed, the members, and all of you guys that do come by to send down a comment, whether it's bad or good. I appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video.